What's up, everyone? My name is Joe Funicello. I'm the founder of SoccerViza, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. Now, remember, if you like the content, make sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, as it helps us tremendously on our journey to building a professional club. So, there's this guy. He's a vlogger, pretty famous vlogger in terms of the underground soccer market, or a guy trying to break into the professional game, and his name is Muller. I don't know him personally. He's bashed SoccerViza a lot, and I think he's coming out with a documentary on combines and why they're scams and all these companies that are scams. And I get it. I mean, I got burned by combine companies a lot as a player growing up, and that's or going through the grind of trying to become a professional soccer player. So I can respect it. It's why I started SoccerViza, because I went to combines that I felt were a bunch of bullshit, and I wanted to change the way we do things. I don't really have a problem with Spencer because I never met him. He did say some messed up shit about our business model, saying that we rip people off, which is not true. And I think anyone that knows SoccerViza knows that's not true. But again, I don't think he understands the business of football. I don't know if you guys checked out JodabeniTV. He just released my story on how I became a professional soccer player, and you can check it out. The link's below in the comment section here, in the description of the video. But the thing that stood out the most to me about Spencer and his content, I used his last video. It talked about his first professional contract, and I think he was making a total of $300 for 3 months. It's like $100 a month, and he was like, "This is BS. This is, they shouldn't be underpaying their athletes and stuff like that." And the thing I realized is, chasing a dream, and this is maybe where I was different. And again, I've been through so much, from paying for combines, sleeping in airports, doing all that stuff, that I think the thing that players don't realize, especially in America, is there are so many professional leagues and semi-professional leagues around the world. America doesn't have that. As a kid, you grow up watching the MLB, NHL, MLS, where everything looks like an amazing show. But the reality is, outside of America or outside those leagues, it's not like that. And that's okay, because it's like the underground music industry, or being an actor, or being a low-budget boxer or UFC fighter that has to fight on a circuit before he gets identified by the UFC. You're getting paid peanuts. And you getting paid peanuts because what you're trying to do is make a name for yourself. So when you make a name for yourself, you get paid more. And I hate that he refers to NISA as a professional league, or all these other leagues as professional leagues. They're not. Yes, they're semi-professional leagues, but the reality is they don't even count in the U.S. soccer system. Like, there's no relegation and promotion. So you could go win the NISA championship, but what does that even mean? What does it even mean? A standalone league that has nothing to do with FIFA? Like, it doesn't really matter. So, listen, your first contract's going to be shit. Maybe your second contract's going to be shit. Maybe your third one is. But you're not worried about the money. You're worried about grinding and making a name for yourself. And, I'd like to think that's why we're different at SoccerViza, because when you come to our event, it's not just about being scouted. Yes, I mean, we've scouted a lot of players, but a lot of players I've also said, I don't think you have what it takes. And, maybe they're angry about it, but I've always been honest, and I wish I could be honest with someone like Spencer, because I think he's so off in the way he chases the dream. I think he's right in saying, this is fucked up, this is fucked up, this is fucked up. But he doesn't understand that when you're chasing a dream on the lower side of the totem pole, no one cares. And there's millions of soccer players like you trying to do what you're trying to do. Me, as an example, I took the shit salary. I made zero money in the USL, and I was all defensive all USL defensive team. We got to the semifinal, lost to Charlotte Eagles. Like, I took whatever I was given, and I made the most out of it. And not saying he's not doing that, but informing people that, oh, it's bullshit. Yes, but you're turning people away from their dream, and you shouldn't be, because they have to start in the gutter. Because if they start in the gutter, that's how they climb. And my story isn't even crazy, because I didn't make millions. I made good money, but I didn't even have this amazing career. But you look at the players like Jay Demerit, painting fences to win the championship with Watford, getting promoted to the Premier League, and being the U.S. national team captain. He was probably on 50 pounds a week or less at Northwood in non-league football in England, which is the 7th division. But he was chasing something bigger than the money he was making. And that should be the same mindset for NISA, because to be honest, NISA's not really a respected league. NISA's a league where you go and get video. Who cares if you win the NISA championship? It doesn't mean anything. You got maybe 50 to 100 people at the games, unless you're a club like Detroit City FC or Chattanooga, who has a great following, which is, it's rare for NISA clubs. But you're not going there to stay in NISA. You're going there to try to get promoted, well, to promote yourself, not get promoted because you can't, to a bigger league. And the reality is, working with U.S. scouts, no one really scouts those leagues. It's rare, like really, really rare. And you know, he was at Darmstadt, but when you go to a club like Darmstadt, you have to understand it might be shit. They might treat you like shit. I get it. But you're going there to get experience, get video, and try to get out after 1 year. That's what your goal and your mindset should be, not to play there for 3 years. Because in those lower leagues, the majority of those teams are going to have those type of situations. It sucks. It's the reality of it. It's the reality of it. I mean, listen, I've played with players. Here's another thing I want you guys to think about. When I played in Finland, I was making X amount. There were guys that I didn't think were that good that were making a lot more than me. Or guys that I didn't think I was better than that were from like an African country. And because they were from Africa and $100 or $200 or $1,000 went a long way more, the club would offer them less. That's called business. And I hate when you guys talk about football like it's all about money. 100% it is. It's one of the biggest entertainment industries in the world. Yes, clubs in Brazil and other places don't charge their players to pay because they sell them for millions. And the coaches who develop them don't make any money. The club does. So they're screwing the coaches out of money. Agents are making millions off players. Millions. Clubs are making millions off players. Of course it's going to be free because that's a big investment to find the best player. America doesn't have that system. So, listen, Spencer, I love your grind. I'd love to meet you one day and maybe talk and collab on a video because I think I'd give you a lot of useful information. But the industry is not all sunshines and rainbows. And the majority of the time when you're chasing a dream, playing in lower leagues, you're going to be treated like shit. You're going to make ends meet. You're going to need to have another job to pay for. So, I mean, I played in English 7th Division, had 2 jobs in order to pay my rent. I took a 45-minute train every Tuesdays and Thursday to practice and then games on Sunday. And again, I didn't even play at the highest level, but those grinds helped me get to where I needed to go. So, Spencer, I don't know you, but I think you need to experience more. You need to have the door shut in your face more and more. And you can't bash these clubs because you're fucking up your name. And the reality is, if it's Darmstadt, if it's LA Force, or whoever, a lot of these clubs are in the same situation. Think about this. It costs a lot of money to start a club. It costs a lot of money to register for the league. It costs a lot of money to maintain the stadium. It costs a lot of money to pay the players, even $100 a month, $1,000 a month. It costs a lot. If there's no fans at the game, if they don't have any sponsors, then the investor or the club owner is coming out of pocket. So what he's trying to do is get a bunch of hungry guys, maybe, and not all presidents are good people, I get it, and they're trying to get promoted so they can have that sponsorship money, or they can have more opportunity to sell tickets. And how they see you is the same way you see them. You might see a club as a stepping stone. I need to go there, perform. You should, as a stepping stone to perform and then get out. And they're seeing you the same. Can you perform and get them up? And then they can go on about their career as well. So, you know, I just watch your videos and I see you're angry and you give a lot of realities. But coming from someone who's been through a lot more realities than you chasing this dream and not making millions, just making a decent salary, I think you got a lot to learn. And that's no disrespect to you. So I hope we can meet one day and I can really tell you. So best of luck to you. And for everyone else watching, listen to everything I said. If you're chasing a dream, it's not about the salary. And don't get blinded in America's mindset of, oh, MLS is amazing. Yes, okay, it is. But 1.2% of college kids go into the MLS and then get dropped. You might have to go start in a shit league. And listen, for me, MPSL, NISA, all those leagues, they're great for 1 year, 2 years. But what are you doing in those leagues? So go out, work, play in a lower division, understand the grind, understand the possibility of relegation, promotion, and make a name for yourself. So, thank you. And remember, if you like the content here, like and subscribe to our channel because it helps us tremendously. on our road to build a professional soccer club here in Costa Rica.